Well, hello, folks. This is your old pal Eddie McVeigh again. I know it's been 2 or 3 weeks now, I believe, since I've made a video, a rant, discussion, whatever you want to call it. But it's 2017. Wow. What happened? I thought the world was going to end in 2012. We're a little bit past that now, aren't we? Oh, what idiocy. But something I'm going to discuss here is something I'm noticing more and more. It seems to happen when Republicans are in control. Let me stop there for a second, because I'm going to say straight up, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a liberal or a conservative. I don't have a label. My politics is what it is. It's more issue-based, than it is an overall party representation thing. I just don't. I've had people argue with me and say, well, you gotta support a particular political party. It's the American thing to do. It's really not. That's not how the founders wanted it. They actually spoke at length, nearly all of them did, against political parties, because they understood what political parties meant, that it would create gridlock in government, and that it's just a completely useless thing, and it's just not worth the trouble, because it deadlocks government. If you get an equal number of, we'll say liberals versus conservatives, you think, okay, well, that's a good mixture. Well, it's not really a good mixture, because they just deadlock government and nothing gets done. I mean, the government doesn't work for the people now. Look at the way things are now. It's a perfect example of what I'm saying. But anyway, back to my original point I was trying to make. I just wanted to, get on that little explanation there. I hear Republicans, I've been hearing this now for probably, the last 10 years. It's been longer than that. Republicans have been saying it, but I think it largely comes since the 1980s. But what I'm trying to get at is, Republicans are, love to say that the United States, that our laws and our systems and everything and our beliefs are based on Christian values and our Judeo-Christian values and beliefs or whatever. That's a lot of garbage. Absolute garbage. Number one, most of the way our government is actually set up is based off of the Roman Republic, the very early, the second age, in a sense, of the Roman Empire, the Roman Republic part of it. George Washington, for instance, his personal hero was Cincinnatus. I'm not going to get into a long explanation of who Cincinnatus was. I could explain it to you, but I'm not going to. There is Google, and there is YouTube, and you can look that up for yourself. But Cincinnatus, a short explanation, in an essence, of who he was. I'm not going to get off into too much. He was a former Roman, military guy, he was well respected. Rome was under a siege, so the Roman Senate went to him and said, we need you to have absolute power and take over the military and save Rome. And so he did. But rather quickly, as soon as the siege was over, and kind of everything got situated, within a few days after everything was over, he went back to his farm. He quit, gave up all of his power. He had absolute power over Rome. and went home. And Washington admired that. So that kind of gives you a mindset as to what kind of, mind about government that George Washington had, on that essence. But about the Christian values thing, I mean, where in Christianity does the Senate come from? Where? I'm waiting. It doesn't. It doesn't come from anything in Christianity. It comes from Rome, from the Romans and the Greeks. Our founders looked at. They didn't just come to the idea of America and its government overnight. That didn't just happen overnight. It was a whole wide variety of things that led to it. All of our different founders, spoke at length about religion and government and the people. Thomas Jefferson, if you read the Danbury letters, spoke at length about separation of religion and state, because it doesn't say that anywhere in the Constitution, actually anywhere in the Bill of Rights, but Jefferson did speak about it at length in the letter. If this doesn't tell you a person's belief, the founders whatever belief about religion and government, nothing explains it better than this. I mean, I'm not gonna repeat his exact words off of, or whatever. I'm just, I'll give a rough translation of it. Jefferson essentially told them that government does not have the right to essentially control religion, except basically in one regard, and that is to stop religion from taking control of the government so that it can then control the people, because that is in essence tyrannical government. Pretty simple concept, John Adams, Treaty of Tripoli, stated unequivocally that the United States of America was not, nor never was, a Christian nation, nor was it founded as a Christian nation. It was a nation welcome to all religions. Because I'm just hearing this out of a lot of quote unquote conservatives, Republicans, and stuff like that, and it's it's just, and I'm going to get some people, oh, those aren't real conservatives. They may not be real conservatives, but the bottom line is they're repping the conservative name, and they're causing damage. They're causing damage through misinformation, and the misinformation that they are spreading spreads and creates divisiveness and stupidity. And stupidity is dangerous. It's not illegal, but it's dangerous. All I'm saying is people, look. Simply put, stop saying that the United States was founded as a Christian nation and founded on Christian values, because it wasn't. Okay? I mean, I'll give a couple of examples. Or, well, not a couple of examples. I'm going to give one big example. One big example of why the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, was done the way it was done, the kind of the thought behind it. Look at the Fourth Amendment that protects against illegal search and seizure. Okay, makes it illegal for the government or anyone who works under authority of the government, state or federal, It makes it illegal for them to stop you and search you and go through all your belongings and such for no reason. They have to have a warrant to do that. Well, the reason that was because, you know, the redcoats, the British or whatever, you know, during the Revolutionary period, would, you know, go into people's homes any time of the day or night without warrant, without anything. Of course, I'm not saying that was legal under British law, but once we entered war times, it was legal. They were allowed to do it by the Crown. And the reality of it is, they would go into people's homes and just take whatever they want. They would take whatever they want. You know, they might hold you at gunpoint and take turns raping your wife and your daughter while you can't do anything about it. Or say you resisted or fought back and murder you. Sound familiar? Sound like anything you hear going on today? I'm not saying, you know, that law enforcement and government and all that's running around raping people. That does happen in some cases, but I'm not saying that it's just rampant that they're doing that. But, you know, they are going into people's places and their cars and searching their person without warrants and using the, you know, stupid excuses for it. I got off my subject a little bit there, but whatever. Bottom line is, America is not, nor was it ever, a Christian nation. In the words of John Adams, it is a nation of all religions and a nation of none. Does that mean that we hate religion here? No. Does it mean we hate Christianity or Islam here? No. Albeit, there are many people in our populace, many people in our government, and including our president, that, you know, that may have a problem with Muslims, may have a problem with Islam. I don't have a problem with it as long as you don't try to kill me. And don't try to control me. Simple as that. Don't tread on me. You know, those are four of the most important words ever spoken, ever uttered in history. Don't tread on me. And it's a very simple premise. I wish we could all abide by it. Well, I'm Eddie McVeigh, and I'm sorry if this wasn't comedic. I apologize for that, if you didn't get a laugh out of it, but I hope maybe you listened to what I said and understood what I said, and maybe some of the points I raised will make you think. And if it makes you think, then that's just as good as making you laugh. Enjoy your day. Think on what I said. Like, subscribe, and share. Spread the word. Thank you.